Why do Jews still vote for Obama? In a recent interview, former Deputy Secretary of State Elliott Abrams said that President Barack Obama sees Israel as a problem, reminding us of the question that won't go away. It's a question being asked by many political pundits, and not just on the island of Manhattan or in Israel. Political analyst and author David Rubin, an American Israeli and the former mayor of Shiloh, Israel, has been interviewed often by perplexed conservative talk show hosts and has written extensively about this president's relationship with Israel. Rubin explains that the recurring question of American Jewish support for Obama has become the question that he can no longer avoid. Is President Obama really hostile to Israel? If he is, why does he still have massive Jewish support? Rubin says that the answer to the first question is clear to most Israelis. He cites 3 major Israeli opinion surveys that have posed the question, is President Obama pro-Israel? The results have shown as little as 4% answering affirmatively. With few exceptions, Jewish Israelis have been appalled ever since the first confrontational White House meeting with Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu, when, after receiving a stern lecture from Obama about the supposed illegality of Israeli settlements, the Prime Minister was ungraciously left alone, fending for his own dinner. Furthermore, most Jewish Israelis were offended by President Obama's unprecedented and even unexpected public demand that Israel return to its indefensible pre-1967 borders. But most Jewish Israelis are not Jewish Americans, and that is where the difference lies. Having lived in the United States for 35 years before immigrating to Israel about 20 years ago, David Rubin knows that for most Jewish Americans, Israel is not at the top of the priority list. With the exception of the relatively small Orthodox Jewish community, most American Jews choose their candidates on the basis of standard liberal litmus tests. Is the candidate pro-abortion? Does he support gay marriage? Is she against school prayer? Obama's confrontational attitude towards Israel and deep affection for the Jew-hating Islamic world may cause the average American Jew deep discomfort, but not enough to abandon his deeply ingrained knee-jerk liberalism. It's easier to ignore the dangerous pre-1967 borders that former left-leaning Foreign Minister Abba Eban once referred to as the, quote, borders of Auschwitz, clearly alluding to the notorious Nazi death camp in which over 1 million Jews were slaughtered. The implications of his statement to such a potential Israeli withdrawal from its historic heartland are obvious. The sad fact is that most American Jews, while not necessarily economic liberals, are definitely social liberals who would find it socially and culturally difficult to support a staunchly pro-Israel conservative candidate like Michelle Bachmann or Rick Perry for president. In 1980, Ronald Reagan ran against the incumbent Jimmy Carter, whose anti-Israeli credentials certainly rival those of Obama. When Reagan succeeded in capturing over 35% of the Jewish vote, it was considered a major accomplishment. But the majority of Jews remained dogmatically faithful to the overall liberal agenda and rationalized away the strong anti-Israel feeling that Carter conveyed. Obama is a similar case in point. This president, whose sympathies clearly lie with the Islamic world that he claims to be so inspired by, is no friend of Israel. His lack of appreciation for the Israeli narrative has been obvious since long before his victory in 2008. In his first major foreign policy speech, the infamous Holy Quran speech in Cairo, Egypt, Obama repeatedly proclaimed his deep respect for the religion of jihad, or holy war. And why did he bow down to King Abdullah of Saudi Arabia? And last but not least, it's certainly no accident that he has chosen not to visit Israel, not even once during his term of office. Ideological litmus tests aside, the time has come for American Jews who truly care about Israel to remove their rose-colored Democrat glasses and to consider an alternative.